Welcome. You'll have to forgive me, I'm still eating. I'm currently in the process of inhaling this leftover, what is this called? Alfredo, chicken Alfredo. Which is not enough for a full meal either, so I have a salad over here that's much too large that I will be eating a portion of. But they're all in these giant tubs. This is the fourth day that I've had this. This pasta lasted me far longer than I thought it was going to. Like, I suppose that's a good thing. But also, like, oh my god. It's a lot of Alfredo. You know, Alfredo just never really does a good job of reheating. So, you just kind of have to make it worthwhile. There we go. All right, that's one. Whew. Now, when I said the salad is much too large, I meant it. I meant it. This is much too large. I am not eating this whole thing. I actually got all the salad stuff to make kind of a chef salad. You know, because this has ham in it. Ham, tomatoes, carrots. So I got all this stuff thinking it was going to be like and cheese, obviously, being like a chef salad. And I got some nice, what I thought was nice ranch dressing. Needs more dressing though. So I got what I thought was some nice ranch dressing. And then I had it yesterday. It was just gross. It was not good. No, you can't run the store from bed, so get up. Get going, come on. Come on. If I had to get out of bed, so do you. Let's go. So I just got a new phone case, so we're also going to watch me change my phone case. This is what my phone looks like right now. Okay. Got a little bit of a sparkle to it. You can see the sparkle. I'm going to take this off. I can compare it to the new case. They are the same exact case, mind you. Literally the same thing. Just bought at different times. So here's the case, right? Here's the new case. It really puts it in perspective. Like, just look how gross this one is. It's so gross. Let me see if I can find something white to put it against. I think I did this a while ago, but I'm going to do it again. I have this old envelope, it'll work. So, like, new case, literally can barely see it with the lighting. All right. Old case. Eesh. It's so gross. I bought a skin too to go over the phone, but that'll be something I'll do when that arrives. I'm gonna just do this now because I want it to look nicer. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this little white thingy to wipe down the phone. It smells like fake lemons. Fake lemons. All right, let me try to get this. Yeah, look at all that gross. Look at all that gross. Let's just clean that up a little bit, shall we? Do my best. Give this a little bit more sparkle, shine, etc. Yeah, there we go. Excuse me. Oh, I inhaled that so fast. Now I'm burping. Cool. Of course, I also have a Coke, and that's what I'm drinking, and that's just going to make it worse. Okay. Now let's do the back one more time. A couple more wipes and pop the new case on. Case is a bit stiff because it's brand new. There we go. Oh, that looks so much nicer. It looks like it's actually the color that it is. It looks like it's actually meant to be burgundy. And so this is much, much better. Just shine up my screen protector a little bit here. And then we'll be good. There. New phone. It's not new at all. It's just... There we go. Throw these out. Read that. Like, night and day. Night and day. It's great. Honestly, probably throw that out too. I'm not going to use it again. Cool. All right. Oh, I'm going to put this back in front of my face. More salad. But I said that I wanted more dressing. So yeah, I said that I got really fancy looking but also actually gross ranch dressing. In the future, I'm just going to get like basic shit like Hidden Valley or whatever. I'm using Italian tonight because that was gross and I don't want to do it again. In fact, because I am a proper white middle-class suburbanite, ultimately, even though I no longer live in a suburban area, although I never technically did. I suppose it was ex-urban, but whatever. And because I'm properly raised as such, we are having Olive Garden's Italian dressing. Because it's somewhat addicting. Seriously, when they started figuring out that people just wanted unlimited salad and soup, and that was like the only meal that people wanted most of the time when they got there, like, fix their business model. Just fixed it. Don't get me wrong, like, it's perfectly fine food. It's not good, but it's not bad, right? You know, I'm not going to write home and be like, I had the best Italian cuisine. It was at a place called Olive Garden. I have had way better Italian food on every level, but like unlimited breadsticks, baby. It's salt and a little bit of garlic and lots of butter. Better. Okay. I got this up so I can read what happens in the chat. We're gonna hop into this bitch. Whatever the hell is going on in this very confusing game in which nothing makes sense. I will be honest, you are not missing a lot. I do not want to oversell this restaurant as being good for most of anything, aside from knowing exactly what the food is going to be like everywhere you go, which is pretty much the best part about chains in general. If you're in a city where you know nothing and you need to find at least something to eat, you can go into a chain and know that you are getting the same shit as you get back at home at that same chain. Why is this not connecting? There we go. All right, we're gonna pick up with number 5. Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Space question mark. Did I finish with him though? I think I did. I think I did. I'm gonna have to refresh the chat here. I have the same chat colors again. Hold on. Can't tell the difference between you at easy glance. There we go. Okay. Who have we not searched yet? It's a good question. Not too late at all. I just rambled about food for a long while. Now, Olive Garden is not good, but it's not bad. Well, not going in there. Noted. Johann von Volna. Alright. We haven't been in his thing yet.
The alchemist is a young man.
Alchemist. Alchemy? Witchcraft. Hortus Delicarum. Another coin, which means nothing.
The signs of obscurantism.
More non-Christian theology.
The sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Whoop.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
It would be nice if I had some fucking... Here we go.
Golden elixir.
Oh, cool. Actually gave me something. I'm cool for that. Sort of.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Like zinc! How about that? You know, because we just saw the clue. Nailed it. What was that? Oh, okay. I was hoping for more like royal jelly, you know, which I desperately fucking need. Anything that makes doing more things using the effort points. A fragment of amber.
The alchemist is an old man.
I'm not even looking at the paintings. I'm just... I'm acknowledging their existence and moving on. Devil's Thorn is not particularly useful in this exact moment. More collector coins. Ah. What is catching my character's moment here? What are you seeing? Ah.
Signs of the zodiac.
Hold on, what's this? Ah, it doesn't matter. That's what it is. Good. Oh, good.
What can I do for you, Derichet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help? monsieur.
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Yeah, see, all you had to do was just say, like... Well, that didn't work. What the hell? Hold on. Vulner. I don't know yet. How long did your relationship last? Do you love her? Nature of your relationship? Was your relationship over? I have a feeling this is not going to work.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right.
How is that manipulation?
It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It's scared.
You didn't manipulate him at all. You just asked him the question twice. Like, what the hell?
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's
Blackmail. Haha.
weeks.
I know. Like, that's the worst part. The voice acting and the script just not very good.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed, but I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
All right.
Did you see how many tattoos Miss Adams had on her?
Of course. Who wouldn't have noticed?
Yes, but I'm sure that an expert like yourself must have an opinion on the subject.
I do. She was seeking to imprison something inside her. Her own body had become a sort of prison.
She wanted to protect herself, is that what you're saying?
Elizabeth was a flame, a candle in the night. And like all candles in the night, she was surrounded by darkness, by her demons, call it what you will. One thing is for sure, she struggled against hell and high water not to let her flame go out.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
I should stop. Eating, I mean. Okay. Put this aside. Ugh. Okay. Have we finished then? Like, are we done? Yeah, we're done. Okay.
My dear Elizabeth. The clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Time of the crime.
That would clearly only de facto because she was still with me at the time.
Okay. I guess then there's nothing more to do. We've done everything, I think. Ooh, excuse me. Stop with the burping. Already talked to George.
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Don't mind the weird wandering path I'm taking here. That's Cardinal Piaggi, who we are not going into because for some reason we can't search his room, but that's okay. We can't go into my room because for some reason we can't do that. That's okay. I think we've talked to everybody. We've gone in everywhere. You can't go into Manuel Godoy's because I guess he's not here yet. The Duchess is here and we've already done her. Can't go downstairs as much as I wish I could because I know there's a bunch of royal jelly and shit downstairs. God damn, do I need it?
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
I like how I can't skip through any of the dialogue in these.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently...
Yep. Yep.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Alright, well, I guess we'll go back and talk to this guy. The Marquess, not the Marquis.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence.
Found all the clues and explored all the traits. And explored all the trails during the investigation. Nice!
Allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She isn't missing, you know.
What? What do you mean?
My mother has left traces in every nook and cranny of your island, my lord. She's definitely here. Now, what worries me most is why she doesn't show herself.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
Looking for a buy. Oh, right.
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That
I
said,
never realized just how unsettlingly green his eyes are.
reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves...
Like, there's not an equivalent with the blue eyes, which is weird.
go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jersey.
Like, his blue eyes look normally blue, and his green eyes look like
Mr. Eli Whitney,
electro green.
United States.
Eli Whitney.
The armistice between the Russians and the Turks. Russia's come out of it having officially won Crimea, which gives it direct access to the Black Sea.
That's awkward.
At the same time, the Mediterranean Sea. I'm worried about the decisions Tsarina Catherine might decide to take. She's a woman who managed to get rid of her husband to accede to the upper reaches of power. Gaining access to the Mediterranean Sea remains her main objective. When she still had that dear Potemkin as her lover, I could always find out about her intentions, but those days are over.
You're speaking of Grigory Alexandrovich Potemkin?
The very man. The little devil behind the mother of all Russians. Since his death, I know absolutely nothing of what the Tsar...
I like that all of the skills I need to use right now are ones that I have
Yes,
training in.
didn't mean to shock you. Please forgive me. Let's just say that, in my position, it is often advantageous to know about the habits and customs of world leaders.
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Womp womp.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get a reset on my shit or something.
Louis, I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on our trail and follow up any leads.
You sound so upset about that.
We will meet later on to welcome our last guest.
Godoy.
Meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was a marvelous thing that
Just opposite Mortimer's study.
didn't tell us anything. It's just opposite Mortimer's study, so why didn't we just go there? What? Oh, it's the one that's right in front of me. I see this one. Just a harpsichord casually sitting in here, you know.
Papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Oh good, some more fucking royal jelly, something I desperately...
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
What is this disc? Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Magnetic disc.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior. fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
You know what none of these words mean. It's biblical shit.
A Bazant.
Bazant.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Ooh.
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. I'll see if it works.
Nice.
It's open.
It's locked.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange.
Man with a sword.
There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently.
Man with a sword.
Small inscription engraved on the frame.
Man with a sword.
Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
Trust my faith in the man with a sword. I'm gonna try not using skills for a minute and use my brain instead.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel. The New Testament. I guess I'll just come back later.
Alright, we have to do some actual biblical shit.
St. John, painted by Guido Reni. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
The only thing so far is just
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by...
alright, so we've got Paul, Mark, and Matthew. Paul's the one we're focusing on though, I think.
Amber crystals.
Amber crystals. Alright.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. Of the four apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
I don't know what that means.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
11, 13, and Paul is not an evangelist. underlined twice. So is it 11:11?
Say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy.
Oh, wait. A note from Mother is carefully
Cool.
folded between the pages.
Nailed it.
Here. What does it say?
Dear E, I'm glad you found
E.
this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups
Emma or Elizabeth or
you know where and hide
Couple
it.
of
so no one will
E's.
find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
the youngest apostle?
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle.
Or he's just the one that shaves.
This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
Behind.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle? Ah,
They are
there's something written
very disturbing.
on the
You are
side.
correct.
The pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
What does it mean? What does it all mean? Twelve, 14. Which one was shoot? That one is. Oh, wait.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Hold on.
St. John is the only
St. John. Okay.
in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall
John.
add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank.
Either it's John 1:3 or it's John 12:13. No, 14. John. Nope. Nope. Okay. Dragon Age. I know. Seriously, Dragon Age Origins was less scary than this. Well, 14.
And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a new note. It's been folded carefully in the corner of this page. The writing, it's not my mother's. S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel?
It's the guy to the left.
Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to hear
Location.
the
Next
note.
one. Yeah. And that's the one over here who's listening to the angel, right? Right? I remember what he said.
There's
I
something
don't remember which one this is, though.
It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
Corinthians. Right?
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew.
Matthew.
By
Okay.
Gilbert. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord.
transmitted by the whole.
What does that mean? He keeps asking, like I know how to answer that. Oy. Okay. What does that mean? Alright. Corinthians, is that a thing that's in here? Or... Oh. Matthew? Shoot. Numbers.
I guess I'll just come back later.
The notes are useless.
There's something else behind this painting. It says half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does
6, 7. Half of each group. 6 and 7. Because 12, 14. Right? Matthew 6, 1? Not have a 6, 7. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. I definitely know this. 6, 7. There we go.
There is utterly a fault among you.
Thank you for the hint.
With one another. Why do ye not
Biblical
rather
knowledge.
seek justice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look. Here's
Say
the
the
message.
actual passages don't fucking matter.
That no one finds it. Watch out for depression. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. First group of pilgrims. How many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
Mark.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Which one's Mark? This one's Mark, right?
There's nothing worth noticing here. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew. It says, "Count in the dust."
Don't you get the dust?
Do it.
What? Count in the dust?
There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. That's what the message in Hebrew spoke about. Hebrew 8. It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Hebrew 8? Chapter 6, verse 8. There we go.
Which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned.
Again, doesn't matter. Thank you.
Complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left,
Left.
in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code.
I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Okay, which one's Paul again? This one, right?
St. Paul painted by Guido Rini. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly
No,
any
it's
dust.
not this one.
The painting's been cleaned recently.
But this is Paul.
Small inscription engraved on the frame.
To the left of Paul.
Closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome.
To the left of Paul.
Above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
Have a good night at work. Hope it goes smooth. The left of Paul. This, not this.
St. Paul painted by Guido Rini. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. Their fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
Maybe it's to his left?
St. Paul on the road to Damascus.
Or maybe this is the Paul that she's talking about then.
St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come? Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior. This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
Okay. All 4 something. Shit. I don't remember which one.
Not in the lustful desire, even as the Gentiles who knew not God.
That one.
Because we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Also not that one. Chapter 4, verse 8, maybe? 1:4. Chapter 4, verse 5.
Not in the lustful desire, even as the Gentiles who knew not God. In him God has chosen us before the foundation of the world, that we may be holy and blameless before him. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, If there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Well, no. Shit. One I've done. None of these have 4 in it. Tried that one. Tried that one.
Because we look not at the things that are
I
seen,
already looked at this one too.
things which are
Damn it.
not seen. For the things which are
Can we
seen,
do a Jason Hints page on this?
but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Nope. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong area. The Acts of the Apostles, because she meant. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, that only the Acts counted. Fucking shit. How am I supposed to. Acts of the Apostles. It said 4. Previous riddle was 8 plus. What? How do you get 8?
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but
All
while
right,
they were
we got there.
he fell into a trance.
That one was really too deep. All the clues and explored all the trails. Oh, I already did this one. Oh, maybe it's a talent that I just got then. Or not. Oh, there it is.
There's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that? I'm guessing it's a metaphor.
I mean, everything else has been.
Figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Woo! We did it! I did not understand my mother's message. What? 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 Hold on. What? What? Okay. Explain. Explain. Why haven't I? How did, The meaning of the last message should be pretty obvious if you follow the guide for this chapter. It's literal and an object, and has a pretty difficult vigilance skill check associated to it. What? What? I'm so confused. Okay. Now there's one talent in here that I'm really close to unlocking, the jack of all trades one. Agility, logic, and erudition, I think. Logic, agility, erudition. Where are you? There it is. And then I officially unlock this, which gives me all level 1 skills. Although I think I already have them all level 1 then. Oh, you gain 10% more experience at the end of quest. Never mind. Wrong thing. Say I should be able to equip some fucking things here. What am I close to doing? Nothing.
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small...
I thought leveling up meant that you recovered your effort points. Why am I still sitting at only 4? I'm so confused here. You can't keep doing this to me. They didn't last time, though. That's why I'm confused. When are they supposed to reset? Because they haven't so far.
I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis? About last night, I'm guessing.
Sadly, no. Even if I'd like to have, alas, there are more pressing matters. I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
I'm trying to remember what her weaknesses are. Immunity, logic, vulnerability, psychology. No, it's not that.
If Mother's really killed her sister, I'd better find her by myself. They say they spent a lot of time together. They got along well.
Oh, really? Do you think your mother liked Duchess Hillsborough?
Of course she did. After all, she's your sister. Well, we'll find them, Emily. Trust me.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Oh, good. Nice headshot. All right. And of course, we had like 6 viewers a little while ago, and that's would have been the perfect time to pull a poll, but I don't know now. And I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna make that choice.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
The honest trait. 1 point in logic.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
Oh, okay. Well, that worked out well.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. You're very kind. It means a lot to me. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see.
We'll speak about it later, somewhere safe.
Come
There
in.
seems to be a row happening inside.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
Once again.
I don't really know just yet.
I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What? Oh, no. The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger.
Oh, this guy's not French. This guy's Spanish.
Oh dear.
Oh, as if it...
Gracious.
George Washington over there going, oh dear.
Let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen,
Your
this
Grace.
affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another.
It feels so super villain.
Please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Slowly backs away. Manuel Godoy, Secretary of State and head of the Spanish government, favorite of King Charles IV of Spain, Godoy rapidly climbed the political ranks, lover of Queen Marie-Louise Bourbon of Parma. He attracted the envy of Spanish princes. As Secretary of State, he developed a strengthened Spanish colonial empire, especially in the Americas. Close friend of Louis XVI, womp womp, King of France. He worked hard for the king's liberation, but in vain. This served to fuel his resentment of the Republican government of France. Invited by Sir Gregory Home, Godoy arrived at Lord Mortimer's manor with the firm intention of calming the expansionist desires of the United States of America on their continent. Interesting. He's immune to etiquette, though.
A moment, please, sir.
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you, too. Of course.
What more about? Oh boy, here we go.
Your mother's disappearance.
He looks
Only chance?
I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her?
Let me double check his things. Vulnerability is diversion. That's the only one we know.
Maybe?
To hear you speak, you seem to know my mother well.
Not really. We met for the first time on this very spot some weeks back. We had a very pleasant discussion. She's an exceptionally learned lady with a good head for business. No need for me to tell you that.
I agree.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, shit.
Absolutely, but I was hoping that you could tell me more about it.
Well, she was planning to sell me a very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject, and when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
I found one.
Quite old? With locks on every chapter?
Oh no. I'm sorry, sir. This one is the Mysterium Cosmographicum, a book she is particularly fond of.
Oh, no. That's not the one.
Poor man's disgusted. I shouldn't play with his nerves. I'll look again. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchardt in Paris.
Well, we shot him. We shot him. So,
I've never heard of him. I'm sorry. I haven't been much help to you.
Well, too bad.
Not sure what this accomplished.
Your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know...
Left field?
...for Von Volner. You're the one who von Borchardt was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, All those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Okay.
You're dear king, I should think.
What? You mean Frederick William?
Nope, that was wrong.
My poor fellow, you are miles away. That stupid, pretentious puppet wields no real power. But seeing as you do not wish to be serious, so be it. Good luck to you.
I am very lost right now. I'm gonna reload that one. I hope it will give me some context, but I doubt it.
It's time I went back and joined everyone at the small salon.
Okay. Blast through this. I think if I just mash that B button, it'll work out all right.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis? About last night?
Why is it not skipping?
No. Even if I'd like to have, alas, there are more pressing matters. I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together.
Why will it not skip? I don't want to go through every fucking conversation. Damn it.
Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the order gives her access to a great deal of personal information.
Boo.
Must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
I was able to understand that my mother and your sister
All right.
during their stay. I've got a question that might seem a little bit.
I'm gonna try something different.
I'm listening.
If I said go beyond the nightmare,
Yeah, it's not too bad.
did that ring any bells?
No, means nothing to me. Do you mean literally or figuratively speaking?
It might be a place. I don't know where, but it's a lead.
You ought to ask His Eminence. He knows the house and its estate very well, being a frequent visitor here.
Thanks for the advice.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
There's something else.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but
I wish I had cake right now. I want cake.
I know, Louis.
Excuse me.
I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you.
I'm wondering if I could find that.
It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. You're very kind. It means a lot to me. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see.
We'll speak about it.
We shall see.
Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
I'm trying to find. There was.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. don't forget where you are.
I'll let you do your thing.
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
That didn't work.
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know.
Trying to find a chocolate brand.
Before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works
We killed the man.
Louis was guillotined.
What? Guillotined.
Gentlemen, our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before.
How dare!
Danger.
As if
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised.
Let's calm down.
Ridiculous. Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360.
Found all of my receipts from then,
One vote.
but that's not going to help me here.
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please, let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness, he was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
All right, calm things down.
Duchess,
Everybody-
we're all among people of reputable company here.
Simmer down.
We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured, the response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few
Not helping me here.
to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you too. Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone.
I'm not doing anything different in this one, though.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
To hear you speak, you seem to know my mother well.
Not really. We met for the first time on this very spot some weeks back. We had a very pleasant discussion. She's an exceptionally learned lady with a good head for business. No need for me to tell you that.
I agree.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Absolutely, but I was hoping...
Absolutely, but tell me more because I know nothing.
She was planning to sell me a very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject. And when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
I found one.
Quite old? With locks on every chapter?
Oh no. I'm sorry, sir. This one is the Mysterium Cosmographicum, a book she is particularly fond of.
No. That's not the one.
Poor man's disgusted. I shouldn't play with his nerves. I'll look again. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession.
Very angry about this, isn't he?
Von Borchardt in Paris. Do you know him?
I've never heard of him. I'm sorry. I haven't been much help to you.
Well, too bad.
I hope I've been able to
Too bad.
curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Borchardt was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone
I
poking
get this right.
Let me guess.
It's either Mortimer or Home. Oh, apparently there really isn't any other way other than, yeah, we're just gonna guess, and it's Home.
It's Sir Gregory.
Cheated.
Correct. You ought to know then, he is not a man who likes to be duped. You are walking on thin ice, sir.
Okay. We correctly identified that at least. It is 9:40. I'm going to take a very brief break, mostly because this salad needs to go into the fridge, and I want something sweet. I'm also going to do a quick minute to try and find the chocolate that I was thinking of. Problem is, I'm trying to find chocolate that I purchased as an auction, like, almost 3 years ago at this point. So, fun. But anyway, gonna take a brief break. We'll be right back. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, so I ended up not getting anything to eat. This is not a whole lot. I need to get some stuff so I can munch on sweet things when I want it. But I also just did the little research that I wanted to do. A little bit of background here. In 2020, I went to a professional conference. I likely got COVID during that time, fun fact. But I went to this professional conference, and one of the exhibitors there had like the best fucking chocolate I've ever had in my life. Like, it was really, 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 really good. And it wasn't anything fancy either. It was literally just like a little round package of like baking chocolate is what it was, really. Like the little discs that you use to melt in order to bake things. But it was like some of the most delicious milk chocolate I've ever had. I even remember it being in the silent auction, and I bid and won it. I took a photo of the label to remember it, and therefore be able to order more whenever I wanted it. But that summer, 2020, I believe was the summer that I lost 2 years of photos from my phone. So, yeah. I don't know what it's called anymore. And so I thought I could look up like a list of what was there as part of the silent auction. Nothing, just that the silent auction happened. I thought that I could even find a list of the exhibitors so that I could maybe figure out which one it was, because one of the few things that I remember about it is it's from somewhere in the upper Midwest. I even want to say it might even be like Upper Peninsula in Michigan. Don't quote me on it, obviously. So, last-ditch effort, I logged into my work email and I sent an email to the professional organization's listserv to literally just be like, anyone remember this chocolate? I'll let you know what happens. I love that I never send emails to the listserv. Like, once or twice I've replied to emails on the listserv, but it's mostly been me like offering help or, you know, helping someone who asks for it. I love that, like, the one time that I emailed the listserv to be like, I need help, it's because I'm trying to find chocolate. Not for any good reason, quote unquote. Not any good reason, just... Ugh.
Amber crystals.
Amber crystals.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Amber.
Amber. All right, well, we have another thing, and Prince of Amber, what does that do? Increase your effort by 1. Never mind. Ah, but it gave me an extra 2, which would be great if any of them ever finished filling.
Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Amber. Before I talk to anyone, I'd like to try and refill this fucking gauge. It's a little bit more. Can I leave the salon? It will let me leave the salon. Aha. I mean, I guess I have to leave the salon because no one's fucking here.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all.
I hope I find it too.
Very committed to secrecy when it
And no, I don't remember who brought it. That's the problem. It was one of the exhibitors. That's all I remember.
I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
I don't remember if you can divert him. Bonaparte. I think I should be able to.
I'm sure that a soldier such as yourself is not interested in vulgar rumors.
Quite right. If only this cursed gossip didn't come to stain the uniform he has the audacity to wear.
Don't you find him worthy?
But how could he be, monsieur? He never sets foot on the battlefield, too occupied with charming the queen. Have you any idea of the number of titles that coward has won in just a few years?
No, not really.
10! And that Don Juan spends the best part of his time under the queen's skirts. The bugger must have some hidden talent, given all of the gifts she gives him.
I understand your point of view.
His hidden talent.
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
Can I even go upstairs? Yeah, okay, I can roam about. Full... whatever it's called. Ability to verse the area. I wish those coins did something. Like, I wish the coins gave you an effort point after collecting so many of them, or something useful. I don't know, literally anything useful. Christ on a bike.
Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
But that's an immunity.
What do you mean?
The situation is ready to explode with France over Catalonia.
Well, the Duke must have a darn good reason to be absent and come here, mustn't he?
When Lord Mortimer invites you, Louis, you come. It's always in your best interest.
I wouldn't say that personally, but... Mr. President, can you tell me a little more about the coming conference?
Of course, Louis. That's why we're here. Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory regularly organize meetings like this to put forward major projects.
What do you mean by major projects?
I'd prefer to let Lord Mortimer explain that to you, Louis. Let's say he brings together influential people in order to consider possible actions to undertake to guarantee the future of nations.
Do you know the theme of the conference?
Not in the slightest. None of the guests know the theme before arriving. But you'll see, everything will turn out fine. Don't worry.
Well, thank you for your time.
There's no point in bringing up the nightmare. We already know who to talk to. Talk to the Cardinal. I'm just doing the talk to everyone, do everything, touch everything approach to everything in this game.
Permalite water will give me a little reprieve.
Reprieve. Reprieve.
Amber crystals.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Nice, okay. Whew, that feels better already. Just having access to fucking anything like that. Ooh, another tank. Or are we just looking out into the... Okay, yep. Whatever.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Your Eminence, I haven't been following the case. I'm sure that the Order did everything in its power.
What I said.
Unfortunately, you know the situation in Paris, and, well, it's chaotic at best. Anything can happen in those revolutionary tribunals.
The king is the official representative of God on earth, my son.
Your Eminence has become a secular state. The king was just another citizen to them. He refused to admit his errors, looked down upon them, and attempted to escape. What did he expect?
France has lost all reason, Louis.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Capitalization in some of these subtitles is bizarre.
I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the church. You can believe me.
And obviously a monarchist.
As to his faith, I have no doubt.
But
his ambition seems to surpass his morality, and I hope that it will not sully the crown.
You can say that again.
But
The blue eyes of the latest Infanta, Maria Isabel, have left everyone wondering.
Rumors always accompany men of power, Your Eminence.
Naturally. But the number of awards and titles granted by the Queen during these past 4 years leaves little doubt.
So, Godoy really is this out-and-out rascal who uses his charm on the Queen. If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
no.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time. Well, I mean...
That's
if it were
weird.
a place or an object found on this island, what would you think of first?
The nightmare. No, I don't see anything. I'm sorry.
Well, that's too bad.
Ah, wait. I suppose it might be that horrible painting hanging in Lord Mortimer's study.
Pretend not to be that interested. Right. Well, don't worry about it. I was just curious.
Okay.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Louis. Okay, so we know where we're probably going. We will go to Mortimer's study when I am good and fucking ready, alright? In the meantime, we're gonna try and explore a little bit more, and hopefully pick up a more royal jellies and shit.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Miller expressly forbade
Like that.
reading it.
devil's thorn. I'll keep it.
Ooh. Oh, it actually lets me go through there. Maybe we can go through and find it in a new part of the thing.
A fragment of amber.
Oh, more amber. Alright. Calm down. Alright. Let's go into the next room, because that's a new area we haven't been able to access before. Yeah. Nice. I don't know where we are. But it's a room.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Obviously, I haven't found everything I need in order to open that yet.
A fragment of amber.
Let me hear. That works. Something, at least.
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Still can't go outside. Okay. Can't go that way. We can go upstairs, however. Considering we have to in order to continue our little search and shit. Thinking you can hide from me? Not today. Such luck. Oh. Also, no. Still no. I can't go into my own fucking room. Here, explore this whole giant place, but don't go into your own room. Where did everyone else go? Well, there's someone.
What do you want, Louis?
I've already asked you, but I don't remember the answer. What did you say to me about going beyond the nightmare?
Good heavens, you're losing your memory. I haven't the least idea what it might mean.
Oh, all right. That's too bad.
What do you want, Louis?
What do you think of our last guest?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
The Queen of Spain likes to indiscreetly say, the King, Godoy, and myself make up the Holy Trinity. The people have
Not very discreet.
renamed them the Goat, the Ruffian, and the Whore.
Wow, all right.
Being a mudslinger in your idle hours, I must say.
That got rather... Okay.
What can you tell me about the coming conference?
Sir Gregory and Lord Mortimer organize this kind of high society meeting every so often in order to consider the world situation.
But to what purpose?
Well, by bringing together the most influential people from the dominant nations of the modern world, they allow the mighty to discuss matters with calm clarity. There are precedents of armistices being signed at the end of these talks, you know.
I know, right?
Talking while holding a glass of brandy makes things easier. You'll see.
I mean, the other thing, too, is, like, I actually was speaking about this
Unfortunately, I have things to do.
yesterday when I was talking to my roommate about this. Like, you'll get the manipulate option. Like, this happened earlier today, even, in one of these conversations. You get the manipulate option, you're like, oh, you're going to manipulate him into answering your question for you. And then he just, like, repeats his question again. Like, that's not manipulation. That's just being an idiot. Have a good night. Okay. I don't think there's anything more to discover in this area at this point. Yeah. Moving on then. Moving on. Come on. There we go.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare?
Setting your clothes on fire? Hello, bird. Bird is indeed the word. I heard that. Damn. Or Devil's Thorn. Not useful for me right now.
Book of the Mortimer family. The Book of the Mortimer family.
Oh, okay.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form?
We're in another puzzle moment, aren't we?
Might come in handy.
Red berries. Dates?
Let's take a closer look.
Chocolate.
These chocolates are probably a protocol gift. Everybody in Europe loves them nowadays. Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France, has her own personal chocolate maker at Versailles. They say it's her guilty little morning ritual before getting dressed. A cup with 1 sugar and some vanilla, if I remember rightly. I would be surprised if Mortimer has them delivered straight from South America.
Dark chocolate beans. Very bitter.
They're greatly prized in high society.
Da, 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 da. Useful. Just remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised at dating. It works, right? Yeah.
No, what have we got here?
Well, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes.
Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
It's a book on the history of the Crusades. I don't think it has any connection with my research.
Not to be so sure. Okay, well, I think then officially... Oh, we can talk to the bird?
A minor bird. The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think.
You're gonna lift that up by yourself?
There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Oh, okay. Aha! Another lock.
Aha, I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
Your internal monologue is a lot. Okay. It's a bunch of numbers.
No, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. This painting isn't finished. And it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but you can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Sarde. Hey, the dates indicate AL, and it looks like 4,000 years have been added to our calendar. Oh, that counting system again.
He said his favorite was the Third Crusade.
The famous call from Pope Gregory VIII in his Audita Tremendi bull of 5,187.
So, 1187.
Lionheart distinguished himself. It states
There we go.
that the first sea blockade of Saint-Jean d'Acre was broken in the 12th month of 5,119 AL, whereas the siege had been going on for 2 years. Well,
Nope.
I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1,190. Isn't the right date when you subtract 4,000? I must have missed a subtlety.
For 2 years?
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Killing me here. You're killing me.
History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Sarde. Hey, the dates indicate AL, and it looks like 4,000 years have been added to our calendar. Oh, that counting system again. The famous call from Pope Gregory VIII in his Audita Tremendi bull of 5,187?
He did 1187.
The crusade where Richard the Lionhearted distinguished himself. It states the first sea blockade of Saint-Jean d'Acre was broken in the 12th month of 5,190.
1190.
Whereas the siege had been going on for 2 years.
Maybe I just do 5190.
Damn it. Doesn't work. 5,190. I was pretty sure it was right. Maybe I didn't use the right dating system. Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1,190. Isn't the right date when you subtract 4,000? I must have missed a subtlety.
No, what that subtlety is, though. Oh, the Freemason year begins in March, not January. Okay, so let's... in the... So... There we go. Got it.
Open.
And hello, welcome! Secret passage, haha. Inner sanctum.
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Murderer.
I mean, it's just supporting the Count of Provence, into the region of Kingdom of France. Once King Louis has disappeared from the political stage, I'm sorry to announce the bad news. Set dark times ahead. Is that on a... Oh, okay. It's a letter attached to a map of Australia.
A fine-looking map of the Orient, indeed.
Okay. Plans to intervene in Belgium or ahead. Sit down. I am to occupy the Russian army. You delivered cannons to Valmy. Ensured us victory. As agreed to notify the King of Prussia of our invasion plans of Christine the army of the north. Keep the Austrians out of Belgium. Quickly return to Paris as I sense the fate of our King Louis is about to be decided dishonorably. It is impossible for me not to intervene. Should you have any missives to get me, I invite you to go by as per usual our friend Monsieur Peru. Huh. Interesting.
It's locked.
It's locked. It's locked. I can't go in there. Friend of China, rest assured you will be rewarded for your information. You need not worry about any scheming against us from Great Britain. The representative, Mr. McCartney, will leave with no hope of any arrangements involving us. Qianlong, Emperor of the Qing Dynasty. Huh. Whatever your projects seem, our father is leaving our father is against leaving you with a grip on Europe. Russia will soon commit itself to the coalition against your dear France. Don't think you can resist for long. I beseech you, William, not to resist you or tearing our family apart. Your loving brother, G. Come to your conference. Do you think that holding it at the present moment is conductive? G. G is his brother?
It shows the forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold. 26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants. It looks like a campaign is being prepared in France in favor of Italy. Could Mortimer have decided to finance a war?
In a situation, I regret to confront you. Having to confront you militarily, but if the situation obliges me to declare war, then do what you think fit. Under your advisement, with a weary heart, I am off. Meet up with the coalition that opposes you in the hope of serving you again. George, King of Hanover, King of the United Kingdom, Great Britain, and Ireland. Where is this going? Agreement you pose. Agreement you shall know the Buttonwood Agreement. Recall the place we gather for the first time. You'll understand what this name is given. Close to my colleagues Leonard Bleecker, Wall Street, Hugh Smith Coffee House, Armstrong and Barnwell, Samuel March, Drew Barclay. Sound like bankers. Benjamin Sexes, John Henry, John Bush, David Reedy. Huntington Coffee House, Hugh Smith. Okay. Few services rendered in help in the fight against the Spanish. The conquest of Oran, a ship bound from Marseille, France, has been chartered. Hidden aboard are a few corpses infected with a plague that is decimating our country at this moment in time. Be very careful when handling those boxes, because if it inadvertently open, you risk spreading the disease all over France. Mohammed El Kabir.
This shows the forces present in America. Some of those forces are pushing toward the west. On it, Mortimer's placed little feather symbols at different points, toward which the Spanish are headed. Could he be fueling Indian resistance to slow down Spain?
Still don't know where this is going. Gift has been delivered. Timur Shah Durrani, King of Afghanistan, of Punjab, of Sindh, Chad, and of Kashmir should not retain his title much longer. His son Zaman will succeed as planned. He will then be able to resume negotiations. K. There's no one here with the initials K.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore.
What's that? Read the book of the weakness of human psyche. Oh, okay.
He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. The author isn't letting any ethical principles get in his way, is he?
This letter will reach you. My hours are numbered. My printing has been confiscated in prison in the forces of Schlüsselburg. By chance, you can intervene in my favor, would be eternally in your debt. Serenity Catherine should not be long in banning all Gordon Order lodges from her territory. Horizon has become considerably darker. Hope that you can help me, your friend, Nikolai Novikov. I need to ask you to persuade President Washington not to sign the Fugitive Slave Act as it stands. We must absolutely legislate on a national level and not allow every state to choose their policy regarding slaves. It was initially intended to resolve conflict between Pennsylvania and Virginia. By signing it, we risk legislating the hunting of more and more men of little faith are becoming slave hunters, and unable to find any slaves on the run, they kidnap the first black man they come across, pass off as the wanted runaway. The situation is starting to quickly degenerate. Your friend, thank you in advance, your friend John Adams. P.S. Say hello to my daughter Elizabeth for me. Awkward. Yeah, your daughter, she died.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns even for Mortimer. Moreover, it shows a fair number of sea voyages being organized towards the American continent. No doubt with slaves. How many men are broken in this trade? Tens of thousands each year, according to what people say.
Okay. Let's us see if you have the courage to face me alone.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where?
Where did she stab?
What's left for Mortimer is his stone sword. It must be intentional. Looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
I'm not done here, though. We are not going to find my mother, not until I'm done searching this.
Formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever.
It's a brain.
Something strange about this table. The Little Surgeon's Perfect Collection. What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies. Here on his desert island. But who is he doing autopsies on then?
Ah, we found an immunity. Conviction and science. Good to know. Good to know.
Looks like obsidian or onyx. Must weigh a ton. Strange. I don't recognize the alphabet. I wonder where the pictograms are from. It isn't Egyptian or Hebrew. There are 2 inscriptions on the sides as well as on the top. No way to know what's underneath. Absolutely no idea what it's for, but I find this cube fascinating.
Cube.
These are feathers. Pigeon, probably. A skeleton by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid.
I mean...
His right hand is missing.
Oh, interesting. Read, I've changed your old lock for one of my invention, drawing inspiration from your doctor friend, Mr. Guillotine. Here's the model of your new lock if you appreciate my prototype. Difficult to imagine how it all fits together, but it'll be located in the middle of the present door. The aim being to alter nothing of the door's functionality, but add a bit of spice. Depending on the line of the wheels, the aforementioned lock will open or will punish the snooper whose faith is not strong enough. I called my invention the Judgment of Faith because if a snooper is unable to resist opening it, they will be punished. Hope you'll appreciate the irony of the situation. Gustave Montrant, Master Architect. Ah. Gotta keep that in mind. That sounds like a... Most admiral of all the Olympians, none other than King of the Gods, of course. Unlike his father Kronos, he learned to make equal strength and wisdom. Instead of fearing the power of his children and his brothers, he accepts to share the world with them. Men of furious thunder praises justice, he reigns, but does not dominate. Odd, it's cut off.
That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages. An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
The Iron Mask? Oh. My entire devotion is agreed the Vendée Passage will soon rise up. My network is striving to increase the pressure on the masses. Decision of the Assembly, which consists of voting the civil constitution of the clergy, is flaming the region. People are overwhelmingly reject the priests as far loyal to the state. If you could ensure that the convention will administer the final vote of the people, the issue would be resolved without wishing to direct you. Forced recruitment for a faraway conflict would be a perfect way to harass the people, definitely. Your devoted servant, Francois Antes, Charette de la Contrie. No comments from him? No?
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Plans are going ahead wonderfully well. The Coinage Act has been voted. Your project of founding the very first Bank of America should not be delayed and will probably be called Union Bank. As for the construction of the White House, it is still die to begin in October? I think it means due. I will accept no delays. You can trust me on this. I hope to see you soon. Thomas Jefferson, Secretary of State. Okay. I mean, the president's here. So, Jefferson's kind of small potatoes at the moment.
Actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope. Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science.
Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
I know. We already learned that.
Little nails. They're about 20 centimeters long. Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. I didn't seem as the type to be organizing little pagan parties, invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon. I'm more used to seeing cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais. Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me.
Read them.
It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left, temperance, that announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking any action. And in the middle, the chariot, which symbolizes triumph and business success. To the right, the emperor evokes a future full of power and stability.
Tigers dying on your demand. I have attacked Travancore and personally cut the throats of as many Englishmen as possible though without the help from French. Cannot hold them off any longer. My forces are rapidly diminishing in spite of your new rockets. Help us, Tipu Sahib, Sultan of Mysore. Okay. Guess there's nothing else to do in here.
Oh shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
Oh. Hold on. Mission lock will open or will punish the snooper whose faith is not strong enough. The Judgment of Faith. Judgment of Faith. Judgment of Faith.
Table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
Okay. That didn't help me at all. Trial of Faith. If there's a way I can find a hint. Yeah, I just unfortunately there isn't a way, and it is dumber than it sounds. "1191," but that's what it reads on this side. It has to read 1191 on the other side. So since there are 5 of these. Right?
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
It is, you dingbat.
It looks too easy. It could be a trap. Whoa, whoa. If the grid closes a bit more every
Hey, I
time
fucked
I
it
hit
up.
a wrong date, I'd better not mess up again. It doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. There we go. Oh, because it also. Yeah. Yeah, it had to flip around the other way too. I'm gonna do one more thing just to make sure I'm doing it right though. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. I think. Wait. Okay. So if it's 1191 on one side, I first have to flip it so it's 1911, and then I have to flip it using the little wheel that I just made, and it's actually 6466. Okay. Ah, damn it. Stop moving. But this is also upside down. Yeah, okay. Oh, this... Trippy! Trippy! So it's not a 9 that I'm looking at, actually. Those are 6s. I have to look at it upside down. Yeah, 6466. On the other side, it should say 1191. Have a good night.
This looks like the same mechanism.
Yeah, I know it's the same mechanism on the other side. Nailed it. Nailed it. No one will even know I was here, but that's a lie, because they definitely will. I moved things. But, oh yeah, don't think about it too hard. So what do I do with the fucking Master of Escape? Got out by myself, baby. Well, the sword has been outside for a while, is what it said. So...
Oh, the family tree. The first William Alexander Mortimer. He was born in 1131 and distinguished himself during the Third Crusade, during which he rubbed shoulders with Richard the Lionheart. He showed outstanding bravery during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre. He died in 1211 in the country of Westford at the age of 80. What longevity. Nice. Nothing is mentioned about his wife. The direct descendant of William Alexander Mortimer I was born in 1195 on his father's return from the crusade. Only son, more discreet than his father, it states that he was widely traveled. He produced only one descendant, named William Michael Mortimer. He died in 1275. There's no chapter dedicated to his mother. Lord William Alexander Mortimer, lover of the arts and the sciences, he took up politics at an early age. After rapidly becoming influential, he decides to retire from public life in order to organize conferences reserved for the elite with the aim of finding answers to world problems. Blah, 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 blah. He's also an only son, and the book doesn't mention any known descendant.
Then who is G?
All right. For one, the women of the lineage are not mentioned at all. What a cavalier attitude. Right. Let's see. Who else is there? Only son, a descendant with a singular name. He also took a wife and had only one child, named William again. Another at random. William Mortimer again. Only son, him too. Born in 1573 and died in 1665. The Mortimers lived to a ripe old age.
This is starting to sound like he didn't actually die ever.
The states that he was an excellent merchant, and that towards the end of his life, he entered politics? All the descendants are called William Mortimer. There have been only male descendants. All of them only sons. Strange. It was uncommon to have only one child in those days, let alone all only sons. How was that possible? It really makes you wonder if all those sons really are official descendants. I'm smelling something shady here. Let's see. All Mortimer's ancestors are called William something Mortimer. That happens a lot in noble families, but here it's systematic. Not a single generation ever breaks the custom. Looks like this family is very attached to their principles.
That's not what I would call it, but okay.
Many families kept documents of their history, but I've never seen anything like this before. Such regularity in writing them up through the generations for such a long time. First time I've ever seen that. Mortimer gives considerable importance to his origins. That's undeniable. Well, well. History of the Mortimer lineage. Looks like his ancestors have always sought to improve society and have had an open attitude towards the arts. This seems to be the list of grants and sponsorships given by the Mortimer family. From 1235 to 1280, the Mortimer family granted an annual pension to Albert the Great, Archbishop of Regensburg, in order to fund his research in the writing of De Mirabilibus Munci, books about the wonders of the world. Let's not forget it recorded the recipe for gunpowder in the form of an anagram. They democratized firearms in Europe, no less. In 1567, the Mortimer family financed the brickworks in Qinhongdao in China, fitted out with 51 furnaces 3.5 meters high, in guise of a protocol gift for Long King, the emperor of the Ming Dynasty. I bet that brickworks helped maintain the Great Wall. In 1489, the Mortimer family participates in the purchase of the Caravel Santa Clara from Juan Niño, shipowner, on behalf of Don Luis de la Cerda. The vessel will be renamed La Niña.
As in?
La Niña, yes! It's one of the 3 caravels of the expedition of Christopher Columbus. It enabled him to discover the Americas. I certainly say that grandfather had
Discover?
In 1645, the Mortimer family allocated a pension to be passed down the generations to the Nérac family from Bordeaux, shipowners and refiners from father to son, a family known for their expeditions to Africa and America. Golden Triangle. That means they got rich on the backs of African slaves.
Ain't looking good here. It ain't looking good.
1972, Lord Mortimer made a donation of £112,000 to the attention of Achille Basmarin, major ship owner of Bordeaux, for the construction of a ship, the Clary. But that's Lafayette's ship. I thought he paid with his own coin. It's even been suggested that grants were given by the order, but in fact, that wasn't true at all. From 1685 to 1720, the Mortimer family allocated an annual pension to Denis Papin for his brilliant works in pneumatics and hydraulics. That reminds me of spectacular experiments such as his first submarine, which didn't end all that well if I remember correctly. In my opinion, his lesser-known invention of the steam piston ought to be more important in the future. Well, that's strange. I thought he died in 1712. In 1513, the Mortimers financed an expedition of Ponce de Leon to the New World. That was the expedition that resulted in the discovery of Florida, in fact. In 1550, the Mortimer family financed half of the construction of St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow by way of protocol gift for Ivan IV Vasilievich, one of the most beautiful religious buildings ever built. Ivan Vasilievich, sadly named Ivan the Terrible, who owes his nickname to the terror he imposed on his empire.
Interesting. That is some interesting, weird shit. I got to know Waldo, who apparently is the... I could have met Peru under strange circumstances. Boop. Aww. Okay, 4 points. Linguistics can be upgraded. That's it. That's the only one that can really be upgraded, huh? Alright.
This note is about a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. All right, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them.
I'm curious. We're spying.
We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How long has he been trying to collect all the spears?
One point in subterfuge.
Must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction. I'm sure it is nothing serious.
Aha. I can see very well you do not understand. You have done nothing less than sign our death warrants, and still you don't understand.
Someone is listening.
What? Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
I was wondering if you might have seen an object like this, here, at the manor.
What are you playing at, de Richet?
I'm afraid I can't help you, my son. Ask someone who knows the manor better than I do. One of the servants, for example. One of them is bound to help you.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence. I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention. Please excuse me if I interrupt, gentlemen. I didn't want to disturb you. Please, carry on. Your Eminence, you were talking about the Holy Spear, if I remember correctly. The one that killed Christ on the cross. Is that right?
Indeed, Louis. I was just telling Mr. von Wagner about Lord Mortimer's keen interest in the relic. He's been collecting them for years in the hope that he'll find the real one.
Enough! Please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
If you wanted to be alone, why didn't you go into your room or something instead of out in the middle of the fucking hallway? Like, I can't approach them again?
Leave us now.
Nope. Alright, fine. Fine. Assuming I can go outside now? Oh, there's a servant here even.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room is under preparation and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
Could you perhaps help me?
What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to one of the statues in the garden.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it, sir.
Oh, we finally get to go outside.
The sword probably came from this garden, but what could it have been used for?
Nope. Okay. Vitamin D indeed. He needs it. Poor thing. 'Tis Jacques.
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
I think etiquette is the thing.
To tell the truth, I was wondering the same thing about you.
It's rare for guests to wander about in the garden. I wanted to be alone for 5 minutes.
You look worried.
Worried? No. Resolved would be a more exact term.
Resolved to do what?
What's the point in answering? You wouldn't believe me anyway. I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know. Be seeing ya.
Be seeing ya.
Tell me, aren't you even curious?
Curiosity killed a cat, Monsieur de Richet.
Keep putting these new traits like
I admit,
weird places.
You wrongly. Watching you seek out Mortimer's little secrets might even be amusing if I didn't already know the consequences. See you later.
What scares you so much?
Don't mess with him, monsieur. If he offers his help, refuse it. Keep your freedom and get far away from here while you still can.
Bye then. I like how you can hear like he's stepping on wooden floorboards when we're outside in a garden that's got stone pavers. You know, the creaking of the stone pavers.
Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart. I guide the sword that will kill the monster. Let's see.
I know, right? They're just
Crack as long as my
all out. Burning. Let's not do that yet. I know that's Ooh. We were stuck for a minute. I was worried about that. I just want to keep exploring before we commit to that being where that goes. Stick your fingy right between the boobs. That's really what Ariadne was. Ooh. There we go. My stupid collector coin for my stupid collection. That gives me stupid XP.
Daedalus. He's the architect of the labyrinth, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus. I am the architect of my own demise. Hey, there's a crack in this statue too. The crack is thin and about as long as a finger.
So obviously I gotta stab one of these statues. I'm not sure which statue it is, so we'll keep wandering. I like that there is Ariadne's thread here. Golden elixir.
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete. Deliverance alone suffices not to wash away my humiliation. All right, well, let's continue anyways. I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. That looks like that's gonna pull away to reveal a staircase, spiral staircase.
It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities. What is that? Looks like a sort of opening mechanism.
Hand.
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur. Wrongly positioned, I am the blind hero. I wasn't expecting an inscription like that. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso. I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma.
Well, the string does end here. Huh.
Minos, son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete.
Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue. His gesture sealed his fate.
This must be the Minotaur.
It is rare to see him like this. In general, he's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur.
The famous son of Minos and Pasiphae.
I am the cursed child. The statue has a crack in it. Let's go.
Color me confused. There's a trick to this that I haven't figured out yet.
Icarus. The son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity. I am the innocent one, sacrificed for the sins of the father. Well, let's keep going.
Oh. Cool. Translated all the text and I get a little thingy. Give me a second here. Okay. Get lost in this labyrinth, though. Ah, Mr. Washington. Hello.
Is everything all right, my young friend?
Wonderful.
Isn't that lovely? Well, see you later.
Why was that interaction necessary? I don't understand why that was at all necessary.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Isn't there here, I got another Earth key. Where I don't remember where the Earth box is, though.
no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
thought there was another. I'm confusion. Ah, and I can't even go there anymore. Ooh, hiss. Oh, it's slow. He's slow. This is him running, too. Hopefully there's no timed portions of this game, because it's going to be bad if there is. And on this guy to come running to your rescue. He's going to slowly jog his way to your rescue. I wonder if maybe it was in the other room over here. Maybe that's why I'm getting it.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
There we go. Mysterious note. Okay, now what? Where are we with this anyway?
Asterion. This statue has a crack in it.
No, I'm supposed to thrust it into the person who's responsible. It's like the just. So, Minos.
Minos.
Whatever.
mythology, King Minos was known as a wise and just king, despite the fact that he deceived Poseidon. As punishment, his country was devastated by the white bull of the sea god, and his wife became passionately in love with it. From their union, Asterion was born, sadly known to us as the Minotaur. The illegitimate child, the child of shame, who had a sorry fate. And to think that Minos ended up as a judge of the underworld. Decidedly, the high and mighty always manage to get away with it. The crack is in the region of the heart.
Hopefully I got this right. Just read this one more time.
It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities. It looks like this slab moves. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a passageway underneath it.
Here, I was hoping you were actually gonna have some context to the fucking clue, but alright. Hey, it looks like it worked. Yeah? Yeah, that's blood. Mom? Analytical. Healthy name of the labyrinth in the first attempt. Nailed it, logic. Ah! Really? Right now? On the stairs? Have another weird vision thing. There's the nosebleed. Cool.
Again?
Of something that is apparently happening right now.
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out!
Okay, I think that was supposed to try and make some kind of... We must decide what we're doing next.
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
How much blood is on his coat at this point?
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
Oh, well, I guess no, he's not going to get distracted. I thought that game was going to give me a choice, and it was like, go find out what's happening in the thing, or find out what's happening with your mom. And nope. Mom first. All right. I'm cool with that, though. I'm cool with that.
Fragment of amber.
A fragment of amber. Weirdo.
Bandages. Someone's been patching themselves up.
I mean, the last time...
Took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes. There are patches where the blood isn't totally clotted. That's a good sign, right? She changed them recently, which proves she's still looking after herself and still believes in her chances. Well, I'd love to tell her to keep hanging in there. These bandages are pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection.
Okay. Well, somehow she lost her fucking hand. Oh, that. And there's a dead person. One of the servants.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Damn it, Mom. The gun cocks behind his head. There it is.
Wait, I'm not armed.
Who are you?
Good God, Mother, what have you—
Tell me who you are.
The fuck? The fuck? Okay. Okay. Huh. Drama indeed, yeah. And I think that's the end of chapter 2. Yeah, okay. That's why I wanted to just finish this part up. I figured we were pretty close. Okay. Well. Okay. I guess that's... Yeah, that is a suitable place to leave off and be confused. I mean, yeah, to say that I don't know what's going on is an understatement. And I think it's meant to be that way in this case. It's so bizarre. Like, some parts of this game suck when it comes to the writing. Like, I leave conversations and I have no idea what was said in them. And then there's moments like this where it's like, this is actually intriguing me, but I've been so burned by the last couple of times you've tried to do something mysterious and it ends up being like fumbled that this is going to do the same thing. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm enjoying the game nonetheless. The puzzles, the combat, as it were, the, you know, discussion combat or whatever it is, it's like, it's cool. It's different. I like this. So, but it is now 11:30 and I have to wake up in the morning and go to work. Ergo, I must call it a night. So, thank you all for joining. I want to thank my subscribers so much for supporting me as you do. If you'd like to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It means so much. Thank you very much already. I also do want to thank my followers. It means a lot that you do follow me. Following me does help the channel, so if you don't already, hit that follow button. You'll be notified whenever I go live. If you want to be notified ahead of time, you can follow me at BOSTrophyWife on Instagram and on Twitter. That way you'll get an announcement the day of, usually a couple hours before. But if you want the most up-to-date stuff, you can follow me on my Discord. The link is right there in the chat. You'll click that and you'll get an invitation to my Discord community. We've got a nice little thing there going. It's got memes, it's got little discussions, sometimes about the game, sometimes not. But it's also a place where I will definitely bring up games that I'd like to play, games that I'm interested in, ask for games that you might want to see. This one in particular was actually a kind of poll that we ended up doing, so if you want to say and what games you see here on this channel, that is the best place to do it. And then I want to also say that my entire stream archive is over on YouTube, BOSTrophyWife. It's right all the way over there. You can view every single stream that I have ever done up until this point. Even Tuesday's stream is already up there because Twitch does not require me to do any more than a 24-hour embargo as far as I'm aware. So this stream will be up on YouTube on Saturday. Until then, well, for 2 weeks from now even, the VOD will be available on Twitch all the same. So you'll be able to view it tomorrow or even in an hour or two or whatever. Yeah, and then the only other thing is I have a tip jar. The because right there, if you are already a subscriber, you'd like to support me a little further, or if you can't subscribe right now but you'd like to give me a couple bucks, that would be greatly appreciated. Twitch does not pay out very frequently for me, so anything definitely helps. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming again. I'm very excited to keep playing this game. It is fascinating on so many different levels. Some morbidly so, but still fascinating nonetheless. So I'm very excited to keep playing more. We might play more this weekend, so keep an eye out for the Discord again. I'll put another link in the chat just in case. Keep an eye out on the Discord to see if there's any, we might set up something for this weekend, just because I really want to keep playing this. And then of course next Thursday I'm not going to be streaming. It is Thanksgiving here in the United States, ergo I will be at home with my family and be quite busy cooking a turkey, so I will not be streaming next Thursday, to say the least. So yeah, keep an eye out for what we might do this weekend. Definitely not saying that the next time we will stream is Tuesday. The next definite time will be Tuesday, but it might be earlier than that as well. So until then, take care, everyone. I hope to see you all soon. Until then, have a great night. Have a great weekend if I don't see you until the end. And yeah, see you all soon. Bye-bye.